Hey there, Careblazer. Welcome back to another video. This is the third video in a three-part mini-series on how your thoughts are fueling your emotion, right? The last two videos we've been talking about, and this is a concept I've been working on inside of my care group for my care group members, and I just want to share some of this with you. So the last two videos, we really talked about how your thoughts create your mood. There is no situation, nothing anybody says that creates your mood. It's always your thought. And that's a hard thing for people to grasp because most of us have been going through life thinking that situations cause us to feel a certain way, or somebody said something hurtful and mean, that's why we feel sad. So we have learned in the first video that situations don't create our mood, our thoughts do. In the second video, we learned that not only do thoughts create your mood, but your mood creates your action, it influences your action, and your action influences your loved one's action, right? The way you feel and how you behave impacts how your loved one behaves. So if you have not watched those previous two videos, I encourage you to go back and watch them right now, then come back to this one. This video today, I'm going to take the model that we learned and I'm going to apply it to a very specific question that I receive a lot from you Careblazers, right? That question is my loved one doing things on purpose, or do they not have control over this? Is my loved one purposefully saying hurtful things, or do they not have control over this? And the fact that this is even a question in your mind tells me that you have that doubt or you have that suspicion that your loved one does have control over this. So the way that I'm going to ask, or the way I'm going to answer this question, is I'm going to ask you a question. After having gone through the previous two videos, I'm going to ask you, how does your thinking that your loved one is doing these things on purpose, how does that make you feel? How does that thought serve you? Does that thought make life more difficult for you, or does it make it easier? That thought probably makes you feel upset and angry and frustrated, right? After all, you're providing so much care for your loved one with dementia, and here you are thinking that they're purposefully giving you a hard time, or they're purposefully saying hurtful things for you. I'd be upset and angry too if I thought that way, right? And then how are you going to give care if you're feeling resentful and angry and upset because you feel like your loved one's doing these things on purpose? Do you think you're going to be a more patient caregiver, a more kind caregiver, somebody who's willing to work through those difficult moments? Or are you going to be a bit more stressed and a bit more short and a bit more impatient? Thinking that your loved one has control over what they're saying and doing, thinking that your loved one is doing it on purpose, that is going to backfire on you and give you a harder time. Because by being more impatient, being resentful, approaching difficult care tasks from a place of stress and anger, your loved one with dementia is going to pick up on that. And then they're going to feed off of that. And before you know it, you both are feeling really frustrated, and a situation that was already difficult but able to be managed all of a sudden turned into this really big event that has left both of you feeling very upset. So it would be a more helpful belief to believe that your loved one does not have control over what they're saying or doing. Because if you believe your loved one does not have control over something hurtful they just said, you're less likely to feel upset and angry about it, and you're going to be more likely to be able to approach difficult situations from a place of care and compassion. Now, let's say that it's true. Let's just say it is absolutely true. Your loved one is doing this on purpose and they know what they are saying and doing. They're purposefully trying to give you a hard time, right? This often comes up. I have Careblazers who tell me, but my loved one treated me badly before the dementia. My loved one was always a mean person. My loved one was always nasty to me, always said hurtful things to me, right? And so they believe that now, even though their loved one has dementia, that they still know what they're doing. So let's say that it's true. How does that thought serve you? How does that thought help you? It doesn't. And since we've just learned in the last 2 videos that you have control over your thoughts, that you can change your thoughts, and by changing your thoughts, you change the way you feel, it's up to you to make that change. Do you want to keep feeling angry and resentful? Or do you not want to feel angry and resentful? Do you want to feel a bit more understanding, a bit more compassion? Do you want to feel okay with some of the difficult situations you're in? That choice is yours. You get to choose what you want to think. Do you want to think your loved one's purposefully being rude to you? Or do you want to think that this is one of the most difficult diseases that ever existed and that your loved one's brain is breaking down to the point that it's saying these hurtful things? Which do you want to believe? This concept is simple, but it's difficult to apply when it's something new to you. It takes some practice to continue to observe your thoughts and be able to change your thoughts. Don't get frustrated or discouraged if your mind automatically has the thought, the initial negative thought. It's okay. But if you want to change it, just recognize you're having that thought, and then ask yourself, what thought would be more serving to me? What thought would be more helpful to me? What kind of thought would help me not feel so angry? And then just substitute it. It gets more natural the more you practice it, but it's just such an amazing tool, because what you don't realize, or what we don't realize a lot of times, is that you have control to change it. And so if you want to feel differently, you've got to think differently. I'm encouraging you, all of you out there, to start focusing on your thoughts and start changing them to something that is more helpful to you. I'd love to know what you think about this. I'd love to know how you're applying this to your life. Leave it in a comment below. I'm excited to hear how this can start to change your life and change the way you feel, and also change the way it impacts your loved one. All right? I'll be back next week with another video, Careblazer. I hope this 3-part mini-series was helpful to you. If you're interested in being able to join me inside of my care group with the select Careblazers I work with, what you can do is I've put a link below this video. I don't have any open slots right now at the time that I'm recording this video, but I do occasionally offer this again. So there is a link at the bottom of this video where you can sign up for the next care course or the next care class. Every time I offer a class, it's a free class where you can learn a couple of things to help with your self-care and help you manage caring for your loved one with dementia. When I offer those classes, I also open up the opportunity to join my care group. And so sign up to get on that wait list to get notified, and you'll know the next time I have openings. Okay? Bye, Careblazer.